What's up, you guys? This is Sharmond here. I'm back with another video, and today I'm here with Andrew.
Hey, nice to meet y'all.
Just gonna talk about my new song, I Don't Know What's Real. Just gonna talk about the song, how it was made, and just all that fun stuff. So, let's get started. So, first off, I want Andrew to tell a little bit about himself, just his background, where he's from, how he got in the music industry, just all that fun stuff. So
definitely, yeah. So my name's Andrew Beckner. I'm a producer, singer, songwriter, and activist. I moved out to LA about 6 years ago. I'm originally from Orlando, Florida. And I grew up playing in church. That's where I started playing guitar. I played in a lot of corporate events, on tour with different artists, church, wherever really I was needed, that's where I would play. And but I wanted more respect as a producer and a songwriter because that's really where my heart was. Really, from the time I was about 16, I wanted to move out to Los Angeles, and it took me till I was about 25 to do so because it was just, money and resources were not readily available to me. Eventually I moved out here, started getting some placements,
Go ahead and tell me the placements.
Oh, yeah. Probably one of the first ones I got was with Danny Lay on her first project. And then I kind of started getting into K-pop music as well. And I wrote a couple songs for NTC 127, and those albums went #1 that I wrote on, so that was really great. And they went multi-platinum. I think they sold like a few million copies, which is really dope. That really helped kind of propel me more. I started getting to sing TV and film music. Got some placements on some Netflix series, ESPN, BET, things like that, and I just try to use all the resources I got from those things, and I tried to put into the label that I started in 2019 called Culture Jam Co. And I really started with a mission to give back to Black creatives here in Los Angeles, because I knew so many Black artists, producers, songwriters, engineers, that were amazingly talented, but were not only struggling with the effects of systemic racism, but also the effects of systemic racism within the music industry. I kind of see how I was able to get where I got to, being from the neighborhood I'm from in Orlando, whereas a lot of my other peers really got stuck there, got caught up with, petty drug, jail time and stuff like that when I was doing the exact same stuff. And I want to try to, bring light to that disparity that exists in the industry, and why you see all these white creatives that have so much more money, they're getting better deals, they're doing this, they're doing that, and it's because they systemically have access to way more resources and privilege. And so that's what I want to make this label be, is a platform to uplift Black creatives and using my resources. Like I don't make money off this. I don't, I just use the space and whatever I can do to help, and that's why when Sharmond came to me with his project and the things he's working on, I just really wanted to help any way I could and just see him win.
You definitely did. Definitely helped out. But a little background about how me and Andrew met. We met through Clubhouse. When Clubhouse was at its peak. Clubhouse. It was at its peak. I reached out to Andrew, I think, through just Clubhouse, and I was looking for a studio here and an engineer, because I was finishing up my last single, Press Rewind, and I was like, hey, I need some studio time, I want to try to finish up this song, and Andrew came right through, helped me out, and from there we started working together, because I started helping him out with his label, and it just became a nice relationship. And from there we just started, just creating more music. And it's funny because I think right after that session, we ended up creating this song. Because I think it was on my birthday actually. It was us, a few other friends, and we just started cooking up, and we one of our friends played a beat, and I wrote just a little line to it, like a little top line to it. And it just stuck with me for like a year. So you can play the sample.
Yeah, it sat on the hard drive for about a year, but it was. Let's see if I can pull it out. Hold on.
But yeah, so it's funny because this song originally wasn't supposed to come out now. We originally worked on a different song called Proud of Me, and that song was ready to go. We had like just recorded it, finished it. It was going through mixing, and you know, things happened.
Yeah.
And you know, it didn't come together like it was supposed to. But I did, you know. But luckily, I was like, you know what, because me and Drew have like 8 songs. We have a few songs together.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, let's find a different song to put out, because I wanted to put out a song now. Like I had to put out something. So I was like, what other song do we have? And I was just going through my phone and found the sample that we did. And I was like, hey, can we turn this into a song? And right then, it just kind of naturally flowed into something.
Yeah.
And I know I personally am so inspired by like the early 2000s, you know, that pop era. So I wanted to create a record that kind of embodied that. So, you know, like, you know, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, B2K, like those eras of pop R&B music that I just feel, you know, it's just amazing. Like, you know, and it's amazing, you know, it's coming back now, but you know, before it's coming back, I think that music just was timeless. Like,
yeah, totally. You know, it's what we grew up on, you know. So I feel like you want to really pay tribute to that as best as possible, and incorporate those older sounds into some of the new sounds that are going on. You know, that's something I really enjoy about the record. I feel like it really does bridge the two things together really well.
Exactly, and it's not. And one thing I will say is, especially you going down the nostalgic route, what I like that we did, we made it our own. Like, you know, you definitely made it your own. Like, you ate the beat up. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's just a good body of work. But I feel like also other songs too that we have together are still in that same vein too. Because Proud of Me actually, to me, is also inspired by the early 2000s.
Yes.
And you know what I love about with Drew, like he can incorporate a sound without it being right on the nose. Like a lot of people that have heard the song already say how unique the sound is. Like you hear the reference, you hear that it's early 2000s, but it's not so on the nose that you're like, damn, this sound like this. But you like this sounds like it literally could come out during that era.
I used Ableton for this. That's my main DAW that I use for producing, and I just really like the way you're able to manipulate samples with Ableton. So like, you know, when I was approached by Sharmond with this idea, I just threw it in there, you know, kind of maybe change up the tempo, the pitch, and added some drums to it. And I think that was really what allowed us to be able to, you know, make the song sound the way it does. Because when you hear the song, the sample's not even in there until really the bridge. You hear that sample's mainly the bridge. Like you don't hear too much else, but it influenced the entire idea and direction of the song. So I think that's what's pretty cool. Is we took something and just completely reworked it.
Right, no fact. No, we really did.
Yeah,
because I originally wanted that sample to like really be in there, but my thing is with making music, it has to flow. Like, you know, really has to flow. Like, if it just doesn't stick, we can slide it in there.
Yeah.
But, you know, because I love that sample. That sample, I feel like that's the only reason we held on to it for so long.
No, facts. It was such a good sample. It was just ready to be reused for something. So, yeah, I think it worked out, though, because, you know, timing is everything.
No, timing, yes, preach. Timing is definitely everything.
Because we were trying to do this other track, and you know, we were trying to figure out how to navigate this situation, and you know, it just so happened that we've been working on this track already and had it in our back pocket. So, you know, it really worked out well. I think that we were able to, you know, just get this song out actually, so we could spend more time and make sure that, you know, Proud of Me gets the proper treatment it deserves.
Exactly. Yeah, so Proud of Me is coming out next.
Yes.
So it is coming out. So I feel like now, especially at this point in my career and life, you know, I just want to put out music that I feel connected to and feel that embodies where I'm at. And like, I am heavily inspired by the early 2000s, but I feel like with me, I personally just want to create a space for a black pop R&B artist to exist, because I feel like, you know, we haven't had that in a while. Like we haven't had, you know, which I mean we have those pop idols, like, you know, I love like Jason Derulo had his moment.
Oh yeah.
You know, Omarion, who to me is one of my biggest inspirations.
Sure.
You know, but I feel like I love pop music. I've always been the biggest fan of that pop R&B like merge, like that perfect marriage between the two.
Yeah.
So I just want to show that in my music. That's literally, I feel like it's my sound. I thank Andrew so much because I feel like before we kind of met, I didn't know exactly what my sound was, which I don't have much music out. So, you know, but I'm grateful for the fact that I took that year off from releasing to be able to like us work on music and me see exactly what I wanted to put out into the world instead of me just putting out anything, you know?
Yeah. No,
so I needed that time to just grow as an artist, and you definitely helped me out with that. So definitely appreciate that. So the song itself, the song is okay. So I write a lot of personal songs. A lot of my songs come from experiences that, you know, just accumulation of things that I went through. Not to name any people or anything, but it's just accumulation of my relationship. So this song in particular just tells a story of being in a relationship that you are very, very unsure about, but that you are also invested into. Because, you know, sometimes we get into new relationships and everything seems like it's going so well, and you're excited, and then that person's like, wait, hold up, you know, I really don't fuck with you like that, right? You know? So I feel like that was me telling that story of, you know, a one-sided relationship of you caring a lot about someone and you're like, damn, I can't live without you. You know, I'm a Pisces, so I'm emotional, so a lot of my songs kind of go to that exaggerated level. But I wanted to tell that story because I feel like, you know, it needs to be told, especially from a male perspective, you know. But like, you don't talk about like, damn, I can't live without you. Like that desperation, I feel it's kind of, not too many people are desperate in their music or vulnerable to that extent.
Right.
So I wanted to talk about that. And yeah, I try to do it in a clever way that also wasn't too wild, I guess. But, you know, that was just me pouring my heart out over, you know, shit I've experienced. But yeah, you know.
Hey, that's real. I could relate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause you know, you get to a point. I feel like we all get to a point in some relationship we're like, damn, I can't live without this person.
Yeah.
And I know at least towards the end of the song, cause it does tell a story. Cause you know, towards the end of the song, you saying like, you know, what do I say? I don't want you around, so I'm leaving you right now. That's kind of the realization of everything, and saying like, you know, this isn't good for me, so I have to go for my own sanity. But you know, but I still have in the back of my head, damn, I can't live without you. You know, so
that's real.
You know, so,
or is it?
So yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. No, for real. Facts. That's funny. But yeah, so you know, this song I feel will, you know, hopefully people resonate with it, and you know, that's all I could hope for, to be honest. A few of the artists that I've been inspired by, especially making this record, was the group Black. They're like a group from like the early 2000s that was so amazing that I feel personally did not get their dues, or they didn't get that credit, because they really crafted a sound that to me is the perfect marriage between pop and R&B.
Yeah.
Like I love them. So you know, Black, you know, NSYNC, that's another group that I'm definitely inspired by. You know, we said Omarion.
Yeah.
So yeah, but those artists to me defined a time in music where pop and R&B was at its peak. You know, and I definitely want, if I can help bring that back into the forefront a little bit more. But I'm just like, I'm excited for this record. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do.
Yes.
And we have a lot more coming. So
very excited.
Yeah. So yeah, do you wanna, you know, plug anything, say anything?
Yeah, check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Andrew Beckner. Also check out the label at Culture Jam Co. on Instagram, Twitter as well.
Okay, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the song, and you know, let me know in the comments below what you think. So, all right, but talk to you guys later. All right, so. You ripped my heart out, baby. I'm supposed to feel. How am I supposed